This is Claude Code and I'm running this for free on my system. I'm using this through OpenRouter. I'm using their auto endpoint, which basically switches across all the free models that are available on their platform. So technically, I'm using it for free. In this video, I would be covering how you can set this up for yourself. And one myth that a lot of people have is that you need to have a paid subscription of Claude to use Claude Code. That is not true. In this video, I would be doing everything entirely for free. And along with that, I would also be showing you some of my recommendations on what are the best open source models that you can use along with Claude Code to make it even better and at a fraction of cost. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do while you are trying to set up Claude on your system is you need to install Claude Code within your system. For doing that, you have to first use this command. You can use this along with anti-gravity, cursor, windsurf, or any other IDE that you're using. You can also directly use it with your Mac's terminal. You don't even have to download anything, but it's way more easier to set it up if you are using a AI powered IDE like Cursor. I would be using Cursor in this video. This is the first screen. What I will do is I will open up a new project. I already have a project where I create all of these explorations. I will just open that up, and within that project I will first open the terminal. So I will click on this toggle on the top right, and this will open up the terminal. I will drop the command here and I will press enter. This would take a couple of minutes to install, so I will wait while it happens. When you press enter for the first time, it would seem like that nothing is happening, but it's actually figuring out where to install this on your system and all the other details. Meanwhile, let's set up OpenRouter. So from here, go to OpenRouter. OpenRouter.ai is the URL you need to go to. And once you sign up, then you would be redirected to this interface. Click on get API key and then you would be redirected to the screen where you can create API key. Right now it's not mandatory that you have a paid account, but I would recommend you to add some credits into your account. So first thing is create a new API key. In this case, I will just call it Claude Code retest, and I will set some credit limit to it. I will keep it 5 and I will set the limit reset to daily, and then I will create the key. I will copy it. Make sure that you don't share this key anywhere. I would also make sure that I will blur this out from this video. So now I see that Claude Code is setting up, it's installing Claude Code, and it seems to be making some progress. Meanwhile, the next thing that you would have to do is you would have to use the command that I've dropped in the description of the video. You need to use this along with Cursor. So get it and just replace this segment, my OpenRouter key, with the API key that we just got from OpenRouter. So if I go back, I see that Claude Code is now installed on the system. So I will just type in Claude and it should start up Claude here. When I do that, it is already set up and I'm already logged in, but I will just log myself out and then we will start the process again. So I'm logged out and then I will click on Claude. Now there are some selections that you might have to do if you want the light mode or the dark mode. Then it will ask you if you would want to log in with your Claude account, Anthropic console, or third-party platforms. So among these options, select Anthropic console account. It's the API platform that you have to use when you would want to use Claude's or Anthropic's API. Just authorize this. Make sure that you're already signed up on this platform. So the platform is platform.claude.com. Make sure that you have already created an account here, and once you do that, you would be signed in. Now my login is successful. I will just click on enter, and then it gave me some security notes, and then it asked if I would want to use the recommended settings. I will just press yes, and now we are set up. But right now, if you see here, it's using Sonnet 4.6, and any message that I send here, it would be built to my Claude's API. But I don't want that. We want to use this for free. So the next thing we will do is we will capture this entire prompt from here. Just replace your API key here in this exact segment, and then copy this entire prompt and drop it in the agent on the side. If you don't know how to open the sidebar, just click on this icon on the top right and you would be good to go. Replace your API key here and then just send the entire prompt. And once you send it, then the agent would create a new config file with all the details. So it would take a couple of minutes to do that, and then we would be good to go. So let's wait while it does that. And it's creating a settings.json file, which basically tells Claude Code to use which endpoint and to use which model. So it has created that file. Now the next step for us to do is we need to log out again of Claude Code. So I will just click on log out, and that would log out us from the system. And then I will move to a new terminal, and in this new terminal I will just type in Claude. Once I do that, it will start from the scratch again. I need to select all these things. I will press enter, then I will say yes, use the recommended settings. And now you will see that now it's automatically using the OpenRouter auto endpoint or the model that we wanted to use. Now just try it out. I will just send a message. Is it working? Which model is this? Once I send it, it will start creating a response for me. So right now, I don't think so. It will tell us exactly which model it is. Since it's Claude Code and its system prompt needs to have Claude and Anthropic's identity there. That's why it is not telling us exactly which model we are using, but it's working. If we go back on OpenRouter and if we check our logs here, we would be able to see the API call that Claude just made. So it's using Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite on the background, and we are using this within Claude Code. So this is working. You can use it for creating apps, website, and you can use all the amazing Claude skills along with it. Now, if you use it for a while, after some point you will realize that it works really well, but it is not as good as Claude Code. And for all reasons, you have to pay a lot of money for using Claude Code, and in no way you will get same amount of quality with these free models. In that case, one exploration that I have been doing that is working really well for me is that I've been using these open source models along with Claude Code. And no, I'm not running these on my own system. I have a Mac with just 8 GB of RAM. I'm running these through OpenRouter. And I've been using Kimi K2.5 a lot along with it. The reason is because it's open source and it has almost the same amount of benchmark scores as Sonnet 4.6 or GPT 5.4, but it cost only 1/6 or 1/7 of the price of what you pay for all the other models. Another good recommendation here is Qwen 3.5. It's really good for coding based tasks. So you can use it there. And if you look at the price comparison, you will see that for Sonnet 4.6, the input is $3 and output is $15. But on the other hand, for Kimi K2.5, the input is 0.45, which is 1/6, and the output is 2.25, which is even lesser than 1/6. Same with GPT 5.4, their input costs 2.5 and their output is $20. Kimi K2.5 is 8 times cheaper than GPT 5.4, and the benchmark scores are almost similar. There isn't much difference. You can also use Qwen 3.5. It's even more cheaper than Kimi K2.5, and it has decent benchmark scores. That would give you an edge over the current free models that we are using here along with this. For doing it, all you have to do is you just need to select the model that you want to use. Let's say if I would want to use Kimi K2.5, go back on OpenRouter, go to models, and you can just search for the model that you want to use. And just copy the model ID and drop it back here. Just ask it to replace the model name with whatever model you want to use. And once you do that, then it will replace the config and you would be able to use it. So it has replaced it, and if I close this terminal and if I open a new terminal and if I open Claude there, I should see Moonshot Kimi K2.5 here. And that's it. That's how you can set up and use any model along with Claude Code. The next and the final recommendation that I would give you is use skills along with Claude Code. If you have already used Claude Code, or if you have already heard about it in the past, you would know that there are super personalized skills that make Claude Code 100x better. And for doing that, all you have to do is just search Claude Code skills on Google, and this would redirect you to this public repository of agent skills. This is created by Anthropic themselves. It has 96.6k stars on GitHub. I think this is mostly one of the top repositories over here. And over here you will find all the instructions for installing all these Claude Code skills within your system. So all you have to do is you first need to install this plugin, which basically adds this Anthropic slash skills from the marketplace. So you just need to press the add it here, and once the marketplace is added, then you can select the skills you want to add within your Claude Code. You can also create new skills for tasks that you have been doing personally, and that's the entire process. Now you can use Claude Code, you can use it with multiple models, and think of Claude Code as the car that you're using, and you're just switching the engine. The rest of the things, all the configurations, how the wiring is done, how wheels are aligned, everything is done really nicely because Claude Code is the best code editor out there, and you are just using it with new models, new engines. And it's just a matter of time that open source models becomes as good as Claude Opus 4.6 and all the other models. They're already very, very good. I've been personally using a lot of these open source models in the projects that we have been doing with our clients, because it's really cost efficient, and you also get higher rate limits along with these models. So that makes it a very good choice. And as AI matures, there would be more and more open source models that would be coming out, and this way you will always have an edge over most people out there. That's all for this video. If you liked this video and you want more tips like these, do subscribe to the channel, and also sign up to the newsletter in the description. Over there I share all the tips like these on how to program and how to build better apps using AI. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.